Mix of sun and clouds across central Georgia this afternoon. Temperatures warmed up nicely from where we were this morning. Looking live over the Georgia National Fairgrounds, the temperature at 57 in Perry. So yes, it's warmed up, but it's not quite warm outside. Winds out of the northeast at about 10 miles an hour. Elsewhere across central Georgia, you can see the cloud cover we had placed in this morning still hanging on down to the south, but beginning to see some clearing. Let's say now around Roberta, over towards Warner Robins, Irwinton, back out towards Wilkinson County and Washington County. Temperatures approaching that 60-degree mark. Across the southeast, you can see it's a mix of sun and clouds, a couple showers down along the first coast in Florida, but then some rain back out into Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas. That's part of a weather system that's going to move towards us, but then also kind of join forces with this Gulf low pressure system we have forming. That's going to bring a whole lot of rain to central Georgia by the time we get to the weekend. So temperatures coming close to 60. I actually expect to break 60 this afternoon. I mean, it's not that much of a difference of 59 to 61, but then into the night tonight, actually get a couple degrees colder than we were this morning here in central Georgia with some 30s on the board. Much of us stayed in the, or many of us stayed in the 40s because of that cloud cover, and then back in the 50s for tomorrow afternoon before clouds really begin to build in overnight Friday into Saturday. Waking up Saturday to mostly cloudy skies in a few spots, and then once we get to Saturday afternoon, looking at some showers developing across central Georgia, and that is ahead of all of that by the time we get to Saturday night. A steady rain building into central Georgia that is going to last for hours on end. Let's take a look at this on some of the longer range models. This is the GFS. This is the model that has consistently brought the rain into central Georgia. You can see it actually brings the low pressure center now down to our south and east. So that aligns a little better with the European model. And in this scenario, this would bring us several inches of rain as it comes over central Georgia, widespread, 2 to 4 inches across the region. Once you get down into the yellows down along the Gulf Coast, that's going to be your 4+ inches. So luckily that's going to stay down there and not really be too much of a concern for us. We look at this on the European model and you now see something pretty similar to what we saw on the GFS. There's Sunday afternoon there, still hanging on to the rain across central Georgia and windy at times. And if that were to happen, according to the European model, we'd be looking at the heavier rainfall totals likely off to the south and east. So while Dublin could see 3 inches, maybe we only get 2 inches in Macon. But don't latch on to the exact amounts, just know that that's a possibility. So as of now, a 40% chance of rain Saturday evening, sunset and after, and then by the time we get to Sunday, an 80% chance through the day. I know we've got the Macon Bib Christmas parade on Sunday, and look, I'm looking for a glimmer of hope, and I'm not finding much. We're going to be looking at that rain hanging on with temperatures in the 50s Sunday right around 4 p.m. So night 8 of Hanukkah, the last night tonight, right around sunset, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s across central Georgia. And as we get into the next couple of days, of course, watching that rain chance, 61 for tomorrow, 60 for Saturday, 59 on Sunday. But this is a low pressure system after all. It's not a cold front, so our temperature is going to be pretty similar on the flip side of it.